Hello, I'm Kym Zest, and this here is Pigeon, and Will is behind the computer running the show. Welcome to Pajama Yin Yoga. For the 5 of you who are very timely, I will share that we recently got back from our winter adventure vacation, and Pigeon has been on us, aggressively snuggling. And when she falls asleep on you really hard, her teeth sort of come out and her teeth end up resting on our arm or whatever her face is splattered into. It's very sweet and drooly. If you joined early and are foam rolling, feel free to continue to do so throughout the intro. You might also use this time to finish setting up. I won't be playing music on my end of the camera, but you are welcome to on yours. And then I'm a big fan of using lots of props for this practice. Soft, flexible props such as yoga mats. I use these folded blankets. And then thicker, soft props such as pillows. And then stiffer props, I've got yoga blocks and a foam roller. Books and Tupperware also work. And then all sorts of other things you might find and use that I don't have here on camera with me, but straps, belts, other exercise equipment, bungee straps, other pieces of furniture, chairs, footstools, walls, all sorts of things. Tonight we'll begin with a short movement flow followed by a seated meditation. We're going to do 3 yin poses before final relaxation. You are always welcome to substitute a movement, a posture, or a meditation, and there will always be time between each yin posture for transition of your choice. During this time, there's no right position or correct alignment of traditional poses because there's no force applied and there's no progression goal. There's nothing it needs to look like. Your body's position doesn't need to look like mine or anyone else's or whatever you think the pose is supposed to look like. For each yin posture, I'll suggest several different setups for you to feel lines of fascial tension. That's that connective tissue as opposed to muscular tension. I'll begin with minimal props and then add props and variations. While I demonstrate, that's your time to really explore and try some different things. After my demonstration, I'll return to a seated position to watch the time for 2 to 3 minutes. The position you land in to stay in for that 2 to 3 minutes should feel safe to let go of all holding and all muscular effort while experiencing quiet sensations. This is a practice of patience, stillness, and subtlety. Let's begin. For our movement, we're going to start on hands and knees. I suggest, if you're on a yoga mat, then just use the yoga mat. If you're on your hands and knees and using softer props, I really suggest having something padded underneath the knees and then having hands and feet on something that won't slip. So starting from hands and knees, and then I'm going to point my toes, drop my hips back towards my heels, leave one hand on the floor, and then open and twist the other hand back, opening through the chest, twisting throughout the torso, keeping the hips as low towards the heels as feels right for you. Coming back to hands and knees. And then dropping the hips back, opening the other direction. And then we'll add a breath connection with this. Inhaling in neutral, exhaling, drop the hips back and twist. Inhaling to neutral. Exhale, drop back and twist. Inhale, neutral. Continuing on your own breath at your own pace. Might be a little faster, might be slower. You might choose a different breath rhythm. Taking another round or two. Finishing and taking a little transition whenever you're ready. And now again from hands and knees, I'm going to pivot onto my side, leaving one knee down, extending the other leg long, and then same leg that went long, same side reaches long. So I'm getting a long stretch on the side of my body from hip to ribs, down towards the foot, up towards the hand. You might need to make adjustments to where the foot is placed or where the arm is placed. And then coming back to neutral. Trying the other side. So extending one leg long, leaving the other knee. You might get more balance if you take that other foot and just pivot the foot out to the side. And then experimenting a little bit, finding where to put the hand or foot to feel a long stretch on that top side of your body. Coming back to neutral. Then we'll add a breath. We'll exhale here. Inhale, opening the side of your body. Exhale to neutral. Inhale, side. Exhale, neutral. Inhale through the side of your ribs. Exhale, neutral. Continuing on your own breath, at your own pace. Maybe moving faster or slower. Taking another round or two. And then when you're ready, in your own time, taking a little transition. And then last little flow, we're gonna, again, start from neutral and hands and knees. We're gonna lift the knees and hips high into the air and come into some version of downward dog. The heels can be off the ground, the knees can be bent. We just want high hips, long line from fingers to hips. So big stretch and opening through the shoulders, and then you might feel stretch through the back of the legs. Sort of experimenting with how bent or how straight your legs want to feel to get a nice balance. And then we're going to take opposite hand to opposite foot, twisting through the torso, compressing, getting tighter. You might be reaching just towards the thigh, or behind the knee, or behind the calf, or underneath the heel. And then we come back to neutral. Taking a little rest, lifting up, trying the other side. Experimenting with where it feels on this side, really compressing in the core, getting a twist that is tight, that is closing in, and then coming back. Inhale in neutral. Exhale, twisting and compressing. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, twist and compress. Continuing at your own pace, finding your own rhythm, finding the movement that feels right for you. Taking another round or two. Coming out when you're ready. And we'll be getting ready for our meditation. You want to sit in a comfortable position. So if a chair is available to you, a chair is a great option to have sort of minimal physical distraction. Just make sure your feet can be on the floor and you've got a tall upright spine. If you're on the ground, you might sit with the legs extended, with the legs crossed, or the legs folded back. In any of those cases, you want to sit propped up, and you might choose any of your props, but lifting the hips, even a small amount or more, can give you a little more room and a little easier tall spine. And then any other props, getting yourself comfortable. So you might prop higher, you might prop underneath the ankles or the shins. Oh, sorry, pigeon. Or the knees. And then as you settle in, palms can be down, up, or you can have hands clasped in your lap. Eyes closed, or a soft, steady gaze on the floor in front of you. Taking this time to re-arrive, to stop the doing and the activity and the distractions of the day. Putting those things aside and allowing yourself to simply be in this space and in your body. To observe what is there without analysis or judgment. Bring your awareness to your breath. Simply notice the sensation of air moving, its rhythm, how it moves your body. And then gently we'll even the inhale and exhale. Exhaling for a count of 4. Inhaling for a count of 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now add a count of 4 holding at the beginning and end of each breath. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Continuing, breathing for 4, holding for 4. Now allowing your breath to return to a comfortable, natural, unforced state. And nod your chin towards your chest. Take a couple of deeper breaths, active long breaths. And open your eyes. And introduce a little movement, whatever feels right for you. And then we'll get ready for our first yin posture. And Pigeon, I'm very sorry, but you're going to need to move. But there's a nice little spot just for you. So, for our first yin posture, starting from hands and knees, I'm going to bring, which side will fit? I'll start with this side. I'm going to bring my right knee towards my right wrist and angle my shin off at a diagonal. And I extend my back leg back. and then lower down gently. Looking to feel lines of connective tissue stretch through the glute and hip, possibly the inner thigh as well. Those are the primary areas. It might extend down into the knee and up through the back as well. Some variations. So the front leg might be tucked pretty aggressively more towards your crotch, or it might kick out until your shin is parallel to the edge of your mat or prop here. You might choose to be higher up. It might feel more satisfying to leave your hands propping yourself in a higher position, and even higher if you have some props. You might choose to come forward, and you might choose to come forward and lean off to one side or the other. And then you might prop yourself in any way. Remember, you want to really let go of muscular holding. So if it feels too intense for you, either your muscles will grip on and protect you from going too deep, or if you feel like you're using muscles to sort of help hold you to one side or another from tipping over. So some examples of some propping. I might need higher propping underneath my hip. Propping variations are endless. Find anything that feels right for you. It doesn't need to look like anything at all, anything you've seen before. You might find entirely new ways to prop with the things that you have available to you. Now, wherever you have found for right now, let go of the adjusting and the fidgeting. Allow yourself to melt into your props, into the floor, letting your muscles be soft, giving them permission to let go. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. might be ready to gently come out, or you might use these breaths to help you really savor where you have landed. Whether you're hanging out a little bit longer or starting to come out, do slowly. Taking any transition that best serves you. That might be lying still in a comfortable position. Or it could be an active counter movement. Could be something standing. And then when you're ready, you'll start transitioning to the other side. Setting up whichever side you didn't do first. And as you get into it, really allow yourself to explore this side. It might be drastically different. It might need something entirely different, and that's okay. We are not striving for symmetry here. There are other times for that. Take whatever this side needs, meet it there. Exploring different positions, different angles, different levels of propping. Sometimes you'll be surprised at how more propping ends up feeling like a deeper stretch because you're allowed to let go of more muscular protection. Sometimes you'll find that props allow you to hang in a little gravity a little bit more. Sometimes just slight adjustments for where you put your hands or how you put your head might change your experience. And then settling into stillness. Allowing this time to see what changes and unfurls on its own accord without any direction from you. When your mind drifts or the urge to fidget arises, these things are natural and normal. Simply bring your mind back to your breath, re-anchoring yourself in your body. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Using these breaths to either sink in and savor or gently transition out. Taking any movement or stillness that feels right for you. So, for our next yin posture, we're going to be looking for really quite a lot of lines of stretch from the soles of the feet to the back of the ankles, the knees, through the hips, along the spine, along up the spine to the back of the neck, even up to the forehead. So without any props, I'm going to be in a very deep low squat. Some options are to have the feet narrower together, feet and knees, or to have a wide stance with the toes angled out. And then for many people, having the heels on the ground and the hips low is just too intense. Too intense to feel really comfortable so that you can really relax into it and let gravity aid you. A couple of options is to have the heels supported. So you can have the heels lifted up and supported with whatever prop is available to you. You can also really raise your hips. You might raise the hips and support the head. And then one of my favorite things to do, and you can use any of these things in combination, is to lean against something. So adjusting what you might be leaning against with your back or your forehead or into the wall, adjusting what you might have propped underneath your hips or underneath your forehead. Making all of your adjustments. Trying one thing and then another. And then settling in. It's never absolutely perfect. Whatever you have chosen for today will be your experience. Allow yourself to become a passive observer, noticing the subtle shifts in sensation, in stillness. Notice that change occurs in sensation without any effort on your part. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. And begin to transition out gently and slowly. Whatever movement feels right for you. Rocking side to side or forward and back. Or some twists. Or extending the legs. Standing up all the way, you might just choose to do some shallow squats from standing. You might choose to simply lie down on your back. If we could all be as floppy as Pigeon, we wouldn't need Yin Yoga. Pigeon demonstrates having zero muscular tension all the time. For our last Yin posture, this posture is actually in Yin Yoga called cat grabbing its tail, so feels very appropriate. Lying on your side, you're going to take your top arm to grab your bottom leg. And from here, you've got several options. And the bottom line is you want to feel lines of that fascial tension and opening from the front of your body. So on the bottom leg, the front hip, towards that knee, towards that foot, up into your torso, up into your chest. So that connection between the hand and the foot that are reaching towards each other. Now, if reaching the foot is too much of a grab, there's nothing wrong with grabbing onto clothing or using a strap or any prop you have available to extend that so that you're Still making that connection even if you're not touching your foot. So from here, I might choose to roll towards my front or roll towards my back. I might choose to stay on my side and use another prop to change the angle. I might stay on my side and change what I do with the top leg. Same in either position. If I roll to my back, what I choose to do with the top leg, entirely up to you. Same goes for the front. Choosing how you support your head with whatever props you have. And then there are so many options here. I'm not going to get into all of my props, but wherever you land, if you find that place where you're like, that's a good spot. That needs a little stretch. That needs some time and some space to open. And you're like, this feels a little awkward to be in that place. Well, then stick some props under there so that it feels less awkward, so that you can really relax into that spot that you felt you needed to stay in. Having had lots of time to fidget and fuss, there'll always be another day to try a different variation. So whichever one you are in now, allow yourself to settle. Allowing yourself to release physical and mental resistance. And gently lengthen and deepen your breath, feeling your active breath change the sensations of this place that you are in. And then whenever you are ready, transitioning out. Any transition that calls to you. And then when you're ready, setting up your other side, lying on your side, taking your top arm to grab the bottom leg, extending that reach with whatever props you have as needed, and then experimenting. This side might need something different. Try rolling onto your back, try rolling onto your front, try propping underneath whatever needs propping. Try playing with the other leg, what it's doing, the direction of your head, the other arm. And then sinking in. Gently lengthening and deepening your breath. And allowing yourself to gently transition out. And we'll be moving into our relaxation, and if you feel like you need a more active counter pose or movement or exercise before you're ready for that, that's fine. Go ahead and take that. Otherwise, if you love the relaxation part, you are welcome to just get there sooner. For the relaxation, supporting yourself however feels best. Under the head, under the knees. You might Cover yourself up, wrap yourself in a blanket. You might cover the eyes. Allowing yourself to lie fully supported, comforted, soothed. Allow yourself to find comfort in watching your breath flow in and out as if it were a wave. Your mind always returning to the anchor of your breath. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Gently inviting active movement of your breath. And then extending that breath and movement into your fingers and toes, spreading and squeezing fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles, stretching out long, and then taking the palms, putting them together and rubbing them together. Placing your palms over your eyes. Using your fingers to massage your scalp, your brow, your sinuses, your temples, your jaw, Pulling on the ears and behind the ears. The back of the neck. And then hugging in tight as a ball. Rolling to your side. Using your arms to help you sit up gently and slowly. Finding a comfortable seated position, we'll take 3 breaths together to conclude. Together, we'll inhale through the nose and exhale audibly out the mouth. Together, inhale. In through the nose. One more. Thank you to the 5 of you who are here. YouTube just gives us a number. Don't know who you are, and it's just always really nice to not feel like I'm just talking into the void. So it's always really nice if you want to just say hi in the live chat. And then we can only continue doing this with people's active support. So there are 3 ways you can do that. One is just engage and communicate. So you can shoot me an email, kym@zested.net. Just let me know what you like, maybe your favorite posture, or how you felt, what you thought, what was distracting. So you can also join our mailing list. You can go to zested.net, our website, join our mailing list. You can follow us on Facebook or Instagram. But seriously, just an email is always lovely. And then the second way you can support us is just a one-time donation. You can do paypal.me/zested. And anything, even just $5, is a way for us to know that this is worth it for you, and that you appreciate it. And then the last option, third option, is to become a sustaining member for $10 a month on patreon.com/zested. And sustaining members not only know that they are supporting this for themselves and for everyone else, keeping it free and available on YouTube, Patreon members also get other bonuses. So every month we do 1 or 2 little bonus films. Just before our vacation, we did a fun little movement stack that helps you stay warm in the Minnesota cold. And then feel free to make requests, and more fun things for Patreon members are coming soon. So those 3 options, all of those are great, and anything you can do to help us know that this is worth it for you, that you enjoy this, is really appreciated from us. So, Pigeon, come. So of course she was on us all day, but wouldn't sit still for yin. I feel a lot better after this. I know I had a really crazy day of catching up with emails and getting all sorts of work. I will sleep better. I hope you do too. Have a good night. Thank you.